Pat just came in. These are Magura MT5s. Supposedly these the hot brakes for e-bikes. I ain't get the MT5Es. Those the ones will connect to the electrical components of the controller for to cut the motor off like an e-brake. But I don't really want no e-brake on my bike, cause I prefer when I pull the brakes that the motors don't just cut completely off. That's just me. Y'all can do y'all bike however y'all want to do y'all bike. This how they look. Anybody who thinking about getting them, this gonna be my first time changing brakes. So anytime you see me do something on this bike, it's my first time doing it. I'm not no expert. I just get most of my information off of YouTube. These are 4-piston, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And I've been doing my research. I know I'm gonna have to cut one of these cables for it to go in the front. But one of them, I think I might not have to cut it, because how my bike made, the rear brake cable, it go all the way through the frame of the bike. Yeah, these nice though. I heard a lot of people online saying they weren't really no good because this part was made out of plastic, but it looked quite durable to me, as y'all can see. Nice though. So you get your screws. These, I think these called the olive. I'm gonna need that for when I cut the wire. Cause once you use this little olive thing, from my research, it can't be reused. So it looked like they give you everything you gonna need for when you cut the wires. Finally, unlike Pro Taper, they gave me some stickers. I appreciate that. So you got that, screws, and then you got the menu. Oh my god, this is a big thick menu, bro. I'm pretty sure this gonna explain everything. I'm gonna try to record as much for y'all as I can, but I might not be able to record too much of the installment process, cause I'm about to watch the Penn State and Notre Dame game. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and take the rear brake out first. Cause the rear brake gonna be on this side. You see, with this bike, the rear brake go through this cable right here. I mean, go through the frame. The cable go through the frame right here through this little entry hole, and then it comes out. There's a hole right up under here, and this wire right here, that's the cable right there, what you can see right there. And that's where it come up at, and then it go back in the frame right here, and then it comes out right here. But first, let me disconnect the rear brake. So to disconnect the rear brake, it's gonna be 2 screws holding the caliper on. That's it. But from my research, the hardest part of installing brakes is you might have to bleed the brakes. What I like to do is get the information online of how to do it myself, and then I like to do it myself, because you know everybody's experience gonna be different. Because you'll have some people say, oh, this product gave them a problem and all that, but it really be, some people don't be knowing what the fuck they be doing. And then they'll blame the product and say the product this and that, this and that. But if you got this bike, once you take the cable off, it go down through here. So I'm gonna have to unscrew this from here. Alright, first thing you wanna do is on this bike, if you got this bike, it's got these 2 little gaskets. This little gasket right here, well, kind of like hold a cable in place. You'll get a flat head, put the flathead right up under that, and that'll pop right off. And then right here, you got another gasket. I say take these off so you can have more room to work with first. This one should pop out without, see how it pop right out. And you're gonna want to make sure you, when you putting the wires through, make sure you put these back on. If you got this bite, or you're gonna have a big gaping open hole right there like that, or a big hole in the back. So make sure you put these gaskets back on. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew the brake handle. With this bike, it's just 2 screws holding on. Honestly, most of the screws on this bike, if you got an Allen key, you pretty much good. Take that off. So I'm just about to take this off and see how it fit right there. So I'm gonna have to scoot this over a little. So this is gonna go right here. Let me see.
It's Thursday. Things got there for me. Staff got there with PJ Washington. We were 2 and 3. Good job, you guys.
You got some arrows on there. You remember which way this go.
All right, Joe. Your best bet tonight would be under 45.5 total points. I think you look at these two teams. You know about the defenses. Offenses are coming in overvalued, in my opinion. Georgia just limited Notre Dame to under 25 total.
He said 45. I might have fucked up my ticket then. Let me see what my ticket is for the game. I said that though.
Oregon, SMU, and Boise State, none of them have the defense that Notre Dame has.
Occupation means torture, rape, enforced disappearances, denial of your identity, forcible adoption of your own children, filtration camps, and mass graves. I would use this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to people in the United States because
damn, I put over 45 again like a damn dummy.
We are fighting for freedom, which have no limitation in national borders.
So yeah, the first thing I say is size up where you're gonna put them at first. That's the most important thing. Well, that's not the most important thing, but that'll give you a good reference point. So boom, boom. That look pretty nice in my opinion. I don't know how y'all think it look. Oh yeah, that's gonna be comfortable. That's gonna be real comfortable. And I might push it over a little because I like, on this brake I honestly use like 1 or 2 fingers. I don't never have all my hands on it, so I'm gonna push it over a little. So, cause this how I like to do it. I have a full grip, and I usually have one finger on the back brake. Honestly, if your brake's good, that should work easily. See, boom, boom, boom. So right there is gonna be a good spot. Okay. And once I got this, if you got this bike, it's a bracket on the rear brake. So I gotta unscrew that. See this bracket right here? You're gonna have to connect that to the new brake for the connector to the back. Game started. You can go on this side for the watch the game, y'all. So you gotta take these right here, stop the brake from closing in on itself. So you take these out, and you're gonna need these for when you're cutting the wire and putting the little olive thing on there. So make sure you keep these. So I had to flip this over because I put the damn bracket the wrong way. Oh, and that's one thing for sure. I'm watching the college football playoff, y'all. Let me turn this down. Alright, I got that in place. Look good to me. Damn sure look more better, and I know it's gonna start the bike way more easier. Even cause these brakes is both 160s. I'm gonna put my back brake probably 180, and I might just keep the front of 160. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna snip the cable from here, and I'm gonna stick it up through my frame. So what you gotta do is unscrew this if you gotta put it through your frame or something. Or when you gotta cut it, you gotta unscrew this right here. So what I'm gonna do, so nothing won't get in here, I'm gonna put a piece of tape on here, because it look like this can honestly fit through the hole right there. So I'm not gonna cut it yet, because I don't think I'm gonna have to cut the rear brake once I put it through the frame. Put this tape on now. And this for if you got this specific bike. Of course, every bike possibly is gonna be different, but the main what's the names are the same. On recording, Carter. Okay. This back brake, this one can screw out too. So I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this one too. This piece. And of course, every bike process is gonna be different. So what I'm doing is cutting this little gasket in a straight line like this, so I can still reuse it. There we go. Now it can just come straight around the cable, as y'all seen me do it. So what I'm using is these little snips right here, because they real sharp. These right here, they basically made the cut on it. So I'm gonna cut it about right here. Let me see. Clean cut. You're gonna get this plug and put this right here. Y'all see? Don't be scared to do some of this stuff, bro. It's really simple shit. And I'm putting tape on this for to help hold it. I'm gonna put my camera on the charger for a little bit, but this one I'm about to do, I'm about to wire this up through the frame, and it's gonna come out through right here. Once I get it through out here, I'm gonna bring the camera back and show y'all me how to put the little piece on. So now I done wire my cable through the frame all the way down. As you can see, I got it connected with the new brakes. Now I'm about to cut the line, and these the pieces you want to have right here. It's the order it go in. You put this cover on first. You're gonna put this thread like that way. You're gonna put your olive on, and then you gotta put this right here in the tube, and it's gonna go in that order right there, as you see. Alright, so boom, that's what I'm about to do. I'm gonna cut the line. Make sure you measure your cables. I'm gonna cut it right here. Cut it like this. Cut it. Go to needle piece right here. You're gonna put this in here like that. Ain't gonna go in there like that. That nipple piece. You're gonna take these clamps. Remember I told you you're gonna need these? You're gonna put this like this. Put one right here to hold it. It's a tight fit.
That boy came out of the back feeling cold.
Then you put this one like this, like that. As y'all can see. Now you're gonna get some pliers and something to hold it, and then you gotta knock this inside here. So you're gonna put it on there like that, and then you're gonna take the you gotta knock this in right here. There y'all go. So that's the order you're gonna put it in. You're gonna put the knit thing on, your olive, your screw piece, and then your cover. So that's the order you put it in right there. So now for my research, so now you just pull this up a little bit, and then you're gonna screw it in, and then they're gonna automatically clamp this to that. I tighten this down. All you gotta do is get a little tug, make sure you ain't got no leaks, and then you just put your cover back on. It might look like my wire is tight, but as you can see at the end, I gave it a little slack. So all I gotta really do is pull some of the wire up from here. If I need a little plate up here, and now I got a little plate, as you can see. I can push it down and adjust it a little bit because it's in the frame, and right there, that loop right there, give me about this much room of play on the wire what I didn't have to cut off. And this cable right here, honestly, once I'm completely done with this bike, I'm gonna take all these wires loose and adjust them so they all the same length. So y'all can see how the brakes look, and this the back brake. I want my back brake on the back. I'm gonna go ahead and mount the other brake over here, the front brake, and then I'm gonna do the I might do the brake bleed tomorrow. This little part right here, you can unscrew that, and you can adjust the angle of this piece of where you want the cable to go at. But yeah, though, it look nice. I'm gonna take some close-up pictures so y'all can see how it look. But so far, so good. So with this brake, it's basically gonna be the same thing. It's just unscrew the 2 screws from up here, do your fitment or you want it to be at. This one, it got a little tab right there, what you're gonna have to unscrew for to release the cable. And then the front brake, same thing, you got the 2 mounts. But this one, I don't think you need an adapter unless you about to upgrade the front, the rotor. Yeah, go now. There go the front brake. See, I told you, the front brake will be way easier to remove, and you ain't got to worry about putting no bracket on the new brake. Well, there go the front brake right there. Another thing you can do when you got to cut your cables is basically take the old brake set off and put the cable up against the new cable and cut it at that length. That's a good idea. You can basically take the old cable and the new cable, and you can measure it like this, and you'll know where to cut your cable at. See? As long as I cut it this length, then I know I'm gonna be good. So I'm gonna mount this right here. Boom. Alright, now I got it mounted in the position that I want it. I just gotta snug the screws down a little. So this how my front brake look mounted up. So now I got this mounted. I got the front brake mounted on there. Y'all see how I look? Look like I'm gonna have to unloosen this valve and adjust the angle of it before I connect it right here. Matter of fact, let me connect it right here first. Let me connect this back, then I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it up here first, then so I can do the measurements. So basically, once I cut it and plug it, then I'm basically done.